What's up everyone, it's Austin Rutherford. Welcome to my channel where we talk everything business, finance, and real estate. So why is everybody moving to Florida right now, including myself? I just moved down here about a year ago. Let me dive in and tell you what all's going on. One of the biggest reasons people are moving to Florida is because there's no state income tax, which this can be huge depending on where you're moving from. States like California have up to 12.3%, sometimes more, tax just for state income. Then you still got to pay federal on top of that. If you move from states like Ohio, like myself, you got to pay an additional 5% state income tax. So if you move here, you no longer have that tax bill. And then New York State, you can pay up to 10.9% if you make $25 million. I don't know about you, but I don't make $25 million. But if you make $1 million-ish in the state of New York, you're going to pay 6.85% in state income tax. And if you're in New York City, you're going to have to pay an additional 3.8% on top of that. So simply moving to beautiful Florida, of course today it's raining, we'll ignore that, but if you move down here to beautiful Florida, you can save tens of thousands of dollars or potentially even hundreds of thousands of dollars depending on how much money you make. Now, understand, Florida just doesn't like give up all that money and have no sort of taxes because they need income to be able to operate as a state. So they do have something of 7% sales tax, which is significantly higher than the state of Ohio. I think it's more than double the sales tax in the state of Ohio, but I'm more than happy to pay taxes on things that I use, sales tax, when you buy something, that's you using it, versus just paying an obnoxious amount of taxes just in general. I'm more than happy to pay a higher sales tax and pay it on the things that I actually use. So Florida recoups some of those taxes by having a high sales tax, and they also have a 5% occupancy tax, which some may refer to as a tourist tax. So like if you have an Airbnb or something, you're going to pay additional taxes on top of that to the state to be able to host people down here. So they do have ways to make up for those quote unquote lost taxes. The second reason is the weather. There's almost basically year-round sunshine. Again, today, the day that I decided to shoot this, it's a little rainy outside, but it's only gonna rain for like 20-30 minutes and it'll be back to the sunshine. They say there's 250 days a year where there's straight sunshine. I've been burnt a lot, so I can be a test to that. And like literally I've been here almost a year now, like 11 months. And there's been like maybe 2 weeks where I was like actually kind of cold, where I had to wear a hoodie and sweatpants. And besides that, like it's beautiful out all the time. And I'm usually just in t-shirts and shorts, and I might put a sweatshirt on if we're going out to dinner or something, but it gets cold very, very few times here. Then the third reason is lifestyle. People love the beaches, people love being around water, people love being outside, people love going on walks. We have Disney, we have Universal, we have the Everglades, we have a lot of professional athlete teams down here in Florida. So the entertainment and the lifestyle has so many more things to do than a lot of other places that people may be coming from or moving from. For me, especially Ohio, it's like dark and you know, dreary, and you know, you just feel like depressed at times just because like it's just rain all the time. But when you come down here, it's like, all right, like there's something more to life, right? You're excited to be down here. The problem though, when moving to Florida, is the housing problem. It's gonna be very difficult to own a house unless you make a lot of money. According to this article from Roofstock, they said that the median home price went up about 23.9% just last year. I know the higher end homes went up way more than that, like 30 to 40% in home value increases. So if you own a property, that's great for you. You just made a ton of money on paper. But if you're looking to buy a house, that's a problem because houses just became a whole lot less affordable. I'm personally in the process of looking at a house, and a year ago they bought it and they're selling it now, and it's literally relisted for 33% higher, and they didn't even do any renovation work. They moved in, kind of lived there for about a year, listed it for 33% higher than what they bought it for just 1 year prior. The other problem to owning a house is renting a house or an apartment. And if you look at this article from Roofstock, rents are going up 25 to 31% per year, which is insane. Which means that like if your rent's $3,600 right now, next year, 33% increase would mean that your rent will go from $3,600 a month to $4,800 a month. Remember, if you're paying $4,800 a month, that's like owning a like $900,000 house, which 8 to 900 grand in any other, well, most other states than Florida, anything Midwest or Texas, can get you a really nice house. Yet down here, you're sitting in a 1,200 square foot apartment renting. But again, it goes back to the lifestyle and the weather and all those other things, which is why you're paying those increased prices, because a lot of people want to be down here. In my building right now, most people are getting hit with a 20 to 40% rent increase, which is insane, the height of the rent increase. But look at it like this: if I don't pay it, somebody else is going to pay it, You know, it's their responsibility to make as much money as possible because they need to operate the building. Let's say like COVID comes again, and then guess what? You have vacancies, you have non-payment of rents. You need money stacked away to be able to cover those costs. So you can't shame them for trying to make money when somebody's going to pay that rent. So I'm not mad at them by any means, but I'm going to go out there and I'm going to buy a house instead of renting so I can actually pay towards ownership versus renting. So all in all, affordability in Florida, I think, is the biggest issue that people are going to run into. People love being down here. Everybody wants to move down here. People travel vacation down here all the time. I moved down here. A lot of my friends are saying they want to move down here. So more and more and more and more people are moving to Florida because they want that type of lifestyle and the weather and everything else that comes with it. But what happens when supply and demand, right? When there's limited supply, which is only so much land down here in Florida. They have the Everglades. It's literally like cut off. You can't go past that. So there's only so much land. And then the demand continues to climb over time. Guess what's going to continue to happen? The prices are going to continue to go up. Now, if there's like a crazy like crash or something like that, that's a whole different ball game. But for now, there's very limited supply and an insane amount of demand. So prices only have one way to go, which is continually upwards. But with all that combined, in my personal opinion, I still think the good significantly outweighs the bad. You just have to have a business or a job or be an entrepreneur of some sort that can produce a lot of cash flow. Because if you have cash flow coming in, paying $3,000, $5,000, $10,000 a month in rent isn't going to be the end of the world. Now, if you're working, you know, at McDonald's flipping burgers right now, you know, maybe you don't move down here and live in a high rise. Maybe you move down here, live way out west in an apartment. You split rooms with 3 or 4 friends. So your rent may only be $300, $400, $500, $600 a person at that point. Get your hustle on, you know, start making money, learn how to flip houses, learn how to flip shoes, learn how to wholesale houses using other people's money, like learn the skills to increase your income, to then make money, to then live the lifestyle that you actually want to live, move closer to the beach, which you can afford at that point, have the lifestyle, have the weather, have the proximity to everything it is that you want. But if you're already established, already have an income coming in, what better place is there to be than Florida? You know, me and my friends joke about it all the time. They're like, where do you move from Florida? Inside the US. Outside the US, whole different story. But inside the US, like, where do you go from here? So comment below, let me know your thoughts. If you ever thought about moving to Florida, if you currently live here, while you're down there, smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm, hit that subscribe and notification bell so you get all this content going forward. As always, appreciate you being here. We'll see you on the next one.